Hello, hello, my fellow broke aristocrats. Welcome back. Good to see everybody. So today we are, assistant. Today we are talking a little bit about the concerns people have about an upcoming recession. Now, we don't know if a recession is going to happen, but these are frugal tips we can use every single day. And also, if things get worse rather than better, you will at the very least know some ways to take care of yourself and your family's health. And the reason I want to talk about this also is because, as I have pointed out in other previous videos, the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States is an inability to pay medical bills. And so that is why when we hit a recession, when there's a huge downturn, it's extremely important for us to find frugal and cheap ways to maintain our health and to keep us on the straight and narrow. We don't need to be getting sick on top of everything else. If somebody loses their job, or if you're forced to work 2 jobs in order to pay the bills because somebody else lost their job, these are all things that can happen during a recession, and it's going to be the worst thing in the world to get sick in general, but to get sick at a time when you have to stay healthy is devastating, and recovering from that can take years, so we don't want to go there. And so it's very important to talk to people about how they can maintain their health even in extremely lean times like a recession. And the good news is that a lot of this stuff is either going to help you, is either free, or you're going to probably save money if you start to incorporate these tips. So I wrote down 6 things I wanted to talk to you about, with starting with number 1, which is to stop buying junk. Excuse me. So if lean times come and you are meal planning for your family and for yourself, and you're doing everything you can right, and you're trying to put the family on a food budget, I would strongly encourage you to take a breath and to take a look at what you've got in, what you're planning, and start eliminating the following things: alcohol, beer, wine, etc. That's the first thing that I would pull out of the cart. It has no nutritional value, it's expensive, and it doesn't need to come home with you. Again, this is for people who are really trying to survive and improve their health during a poor economy, recession, etc. So beer, all forms of alcohol, cigarettes, instant foods, and instant cereals. Instant foods and instant cereals, people will go to places like Costco and they'll buy massive bags of products that are made with processed wheat and sugar, and they'll say, hey, I got a great deal, I got 4 boxes. But those are 4 boxes of diabetes, metabolic syndrome, coronary artery disease, chronic inflammation. So you haven't saved any money when you bring that cereal home with you. You've actually put yourself and your family at risk for all kinds of health challenges, because that's not healthy food. In fact, modern wheat is really highly allergic. There's a lot that's wrong with it. So a lot of the times I will just tell people to go get rid of the wheat, anything that contains wheat, and instead cook foods that are a little bit less allergies and less health concerns regarding those types of foods. So I just tell people to pull the junk, the alcohol, the cigarettes, the instant cereals. If they can, pull wheat also. It's going to get the cost down in terms of what you're spending on your weekly groceries, and you're going to be improving your health. I want to see you healthier. I want to see you, say you and your family decide to go on a mostly beans and rice, beans and grains diet, and then, hey, my health is getting better because I'm a broke aristocrat and I know what I'm doing, right? I want to also add to that, number 2, to reduce animal consumption, animal products consumption. That is meat and dairy both, to just cut it back. It should be no more than 10, maybe 20% of total caloric intake. I've shown people how to do this in the past. I should probably do some more cooking videos in the future, but say, for example, you make a turkey bolognese or something like that. I always tell people, if you're using a pound of turkey meat, cut it to half a pound of turkey meat, and then add some peas in towards the end, so that you're adding a protein and a vegetable to replace the meat. It's cheaper, it's more nutrient dense, you're going to be saving money, and you're going to be doing right by your family. So start reducing the meat. I would also add to that any meat that's greater than 12% fat probably shouldn't be in your cart. Any meat that's been overly processed, has nitrates in it. Cold cuts also should not be in your cart. It's not good food. It's associated with increased risk for colon cancer, and it would be better to make things from scratch. If people say, well, Dr. Anderson, I want to make a sandwich. What do I make a sandwich with? Well, you could theoretically buy a turkey breast, bake it in the oven in a little bit of water, maybe put a little olive oil on the top, put a lid on it, bake it, and then slice it thin, and then keep it in the refrigerator. And you can use that turkey meat or that chicken breast for sandwiches, or you can use it on a salad. The third thing I recommend people do is to meal plan. Meal plan reduces waste. If you know exactly how much of each portion to make, you're not going to be throwing out food. And a third of the food you're cooking, if it's going in the trash, which is the average for an American family, a third of the food you're buying is going in the trash. That's money down the drain. Theoretically, if you spent $300 a month, then you're talking about burning $75 a month just because we over-prepare and we waste food. So it's better to meal plan and to portion out everything. Nobody's going to starve, and if they're still hungry, they can always, make a piece of gluten-free toast. So really start controlling for portion. You'll get your weight down. You'll be less inclined to overeat, which again is going to be good for your health, and it's going to be good for your pocketbook because you're not throwing a third of the food down the drain. Number 4 is to exercise and stretch every day. It's free. You don't have to join a gym to do it. Wake up every morning, look at a YouTube video on stretch aerobics or whatever you like to do, but we really want people to gently begin the process of stretching every day. If you want to do yoga as well from the comfort of your home, that's what YouTube is for. You don't have to spend money, you don't have to go to a gym. Everything can be done from home. I like hiking because I get to be out in nature, I get to say hi to all the doggies. It's completely free. I love to be in nature, sit in nature, move in nature, play in nature. And I can't stress enough how much I encourage people to do exercise out in nature because that's calming for the mind, for the brain, and less stress is also associated with decreased risk for coronary artery disease and a number of other diseases that are associated with anxiety and stress. Number 5 is to stay hydrated. Believe it or not, I see a lot of patients who are simply dehydrated. They don't feel well, they feel tired and irritated, they're getting headaches, and then I ask them how much water they consume, and they just don't drink any water. So make sure you're being hydrated. Even though I didn't put it on the list, I would also say don't over salt your food. Too much salt is associated with stress on the kidneys and hypertension, and so we also encourage people not to salt their food or to minimally salt their food. Prepackaged food is expensive. It doesn't really save you much time, and it's loaded with things like gluten, wheat, sugar, and sodium, none of which is particularly good for you. And finally, number 6, I encourage people to learn the power of meditation. I've had a lot of interesting conversations with fellow broke aristocrats who use their own type of meditation, whether it's a religious form of meditation or a non-religious form. Meditation in and of itself is not a religious activity, it's a stress activity. Focusing on breathing. Again, there are a lot of YouTube videos. I will link one to this video so that people can learn the basic meditative technique. You can do it about once or twice a day. Many people will do meditation for about 10 to 20 minutes in the morning prior to work. Just take a moment to de-stress before you face the stress of the day, and about 20 minutes prior to bed or in the early evening if you prefer. All right, that's it. Those are 6 quick tips for how to stay healthy during a recession. I want to thank you for watching this video of Broke Aristocrats. My name is Dr. Whimsy Anderson. If you'd like to find out more about my work, you can go to drwhimsy.com. I do offer people telemedicine. Those are sessions that we do online if you want general health coaching. If you are a broke aristocrat and you're struggling financially, but you do need health coaching, be sure and leave the message Broke Aristocrat when you set your appointment, and we do give a $20 discount. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.